started. It's been a slow start. I kind of moved around a little bit because I wasn't getting anything. And as soon as I was about to go to a new area, I got a GrubHub order that isn't necessarily the greatest, but it'll get me started. So it was like $13 and some odd change to go 11 miles. But like I said, it'll get me moving and get things started. So I'm off to what I believe is Einstein Bagels. Let me see here. No, it's Zio's New York Bagel and Deli. Which always smells really good. I was born in New York, so a good New York deli is kind of nostalgic. But we're on our way now. Okay, so that led us way down there, which is fine. But working back up, obviously I try to make some money. So I did take another GrubHub order that leads me back up into my area, which is where I was going anyway. For Minerva and New Cuisine, and I was about 3 miles away from it. It was like for $9.26, something like that. And it said 8 miles, but like I said, I was about 3 miles away from it. So for 5 miles, so yeah, we're gonna head there. All right, we are headed to Subway for another $7.24. Add-on fresh kitchen for $3.68 to go 8.3 miles. I think not. That's just absurd. No. Okay. So I picked up at the Subway, but I literally just spent about 6 or 7 minutes in the Subway just waiting because the lady who was working there decided her time was better used being on the phone and having a full-blown conversation while struggling to read while speak what needs to go on each sandwich. Doesn't acknowledge me, and then at the end of it, when she hands it to me, she's being quiet, not saying really anything but mouthing, have a good day. So you don't want to be rude to the person you're on the phone with, on your cell phone. So you don't want to say anything to the customer out loud. Mind you, it took a while for me to get here. She should have already had that done, which just tells me she's been on the phone and wasn't paying attention. Super rude. Unacceptable. Anyway, I'm 11 minutes from the customer. Alright, the Subway is dropped off. I got another call to go to Taco Bell for $8.05. It did say it was like 6.5 miles, but it's 5 miles just to the Taco Bell, so yeah. Okay, y'all, we're going to Moe's. I'm getting paid $13.77 to go 7.5 miles. That's a good call. Alright, we are on our way to drop off the order from Moe's. And something interesting, if you don't know, apparently kids eat free there on Sundays. So go get you some Moe's. But anyway, I already have another order in the queue for Chick-fil-A. It was like 6 something to go 3.3 miles. So we took that. Glowy because I just, as you saw, did a car wash. I got this thing where it was like a promotion you got like a month of unlimited car washes for the price of one. So I took advantage of that, and I think I was able to get in like 4 or 5 car washes, and it's up on the 11th, which is in 2 days. So I had them cancel it for me while I was here. And then I vacuumed everything out so it looks really nice. I like to make sure my car is nice and clean. I have people's food, groceries, and things like that in my car. So, I mean, I would want people to deliver my food in a clean car. So I make sure mine is clean. So yeah, we took a bit of a break. I also went and ate something. I actually sat and ate at a place. So that was nice. But now it's back to business. I've got, I had to uninstall and reinstall Instacart because I hadn't been getting any batches for like over a week, probably 2 weeks, probably since this whole like DoorDash thing was happening. So I was like, you know what, let me uninstall, reinstall. Then I couldn't log in. It was a whole thing. So I ended up logging back in, and now all of a sudden I'm seeing offers. So I don't know if that's just because I sat in one place for an extended period of time, but just while being there and vacuuming out my car, I think like 6 or 7 offers on Instacart came through my phone. They all weren't worth taking, but they came in nonetheless. So now I'm just going to sit here and try to cool off, get rid of this glow, and get back to work. Okay. I don't know why I said that like that. Probably because I'm going to Los Chapos, and so maybe my brain just went, I don't know, that was really weird. Anyway, so we're going to Los Chapos for a call that's not great. It's for like $6.51 to go 5 miles, but it's taking me to what I think might be a better area for some reason. Normally it's better over here, but everything I've done today has been on the other side. So now that my car is clean, my belly is full, we're going to consider this 3 o'clock. We're going to call this starting our night shift now, because what would be the point? I haven't worked for the last like hour and a half. So okay, that took way longer than it needed to. The cook was the only cook in there, and there was one server, and he was making food for the guests that were in there and didn't even start the one item, the burrito, until after, I don't know, 5 minutes after I even walked in the door. But anyway, we did get an add-on when we were in there, so that kind of sweetens the pot a little bit. So now it's more like $12 to $13, well, about $13 to go 7 miles, which is great. I have to go to Firehouse Subs for the second order, so we're on our way there now. All right, got another Uber Eats to go to Hot Walk for $7.05 to go 4.9 miles. So when I was at Hot Walk picking up this order, I got yet another compliment on my amazing bag. And I always make sure to say, my best friend made it. She's amazing. All right, we got a trip radar real quick, just as I was sitting, for $8.03 to go 5.9 miles for Greenland, which I just really like that place because it's aesthetically pleasing, and it's only a drive-through, so I don't have to get out of my car. So those are 2 woohoos about Greenland, so I'm on my way. All right, we got a double delivery right as I was about to come sit, so that's good. $13.28, I think, for 6.8 miles. I believe the places are Fresh Kitchen and Marco's Pizza. So those are all dropped off, and now I got another call for Marco's, but on GrubHub this time, $13.92 to go 9 miles, but like 5 of those miles are just to get to Marco's, so another decent order.